And now, from Studio 315 in the luxury towers of Cord Hall on the historic campus of St. John's Northwestern Academies, it's time for the latest edition of the Lancer News Network. With Akio Kasuga, Brian Tomitz, Aiden Madden, and Cody Strang. Entertain, inform, unify. This is LNN.
Good morning, Lancers. I'm Aiden Madden, and this is LNN. Today is Thursday, April 20th, 2023, and thanks for joining us. Today we will find out some of the results of our recent LNN viewer poll. We'll learn about a recent field trip to Washington, D.C., and we will check out an unusual restaurant with Lancer Eats. But first, here's our own Cody Strang to give you a preview of events during this up-and-coming Families Weekend. Cody?
For the upcoming Parents Weekend, I went and asked CSM David about any changes that may have been made to the schedule. Here is what he had to say.
I'm glad you asked. So Parents Weekend, looking super forward to it. Hopefully the weather's as good as it has been the last couple of weeks. The big thing, right, is the parents talking to the teachers, talking to the RAs, knowing how the students did, right? So students, this is your opportunity to introduce your parents to your teachers and your teachers to your parents and your RAs and all that type of stuff. So that's going on from 1 to 4 on Friday, as you were, 1 to 4:30 p.m. on Friday. So, and then on Saturday again in the morning from 9 until 11:30. And so that's 2 opportunities to get to know all the RAs and introduce your parents. Another big thing, so this Saturday afternoon, that's different this year. It used to be on Sundays, and now it's on Saturday. So this Saturday, we're doing it from 2 to 3 p.m. After that, we're doing the Honor Society induction ceremony. So all of those that you have earned their place on Honor Society will get inducted at 3 p.m. They'll go till about 4 p.m. Excalibur is that evening, starting at 4 p.m. The Excalibur activities will be going on, and that'll be over in Farron Hall in the gymnasium. Sunday morning is a little bit early. After the Episcopal service, the Prefect Academy is going to do their first ever awards ceremony, and that's prefect only awards, so we're pretty excited about that. After the PA awards is going to be the formal parade, and then overnight passes. And the cool thing is that the overnight passes go all the way until Monday evening. So 7 p.m., be back, ready to get after it and finish out the school year.
CSM David also informed me of a unique event during the upcoming Parents Weekend, a picnic for the students. The picnic will precede the upcoming baseball game that Friday evening. There will be barbecue, bags, and more fun for Lancers to enjoy.
Did you know the St. John's tennis team has been undefeated for 2 years? Here I interview some St. John's tennis members to see what they think about the team.
I think some of our strengths are the fact that we know each other so well. Like, use doubles as an example. We know each other so well that when we play together, it just like mixes well together. We know kind of like our thoughts in a way. We know how each person is, so we can work really well as a team.
I like improving, always meeting new challenges, and like facing like new problems.
Just getting the new experience and trying a new sport, and everyone kind of welcoming me in and making me feel like a team.
I really like the environment and like the kids around it and involved with it, the coach especially. And like the kind of the chemistry that you build in the team and like unite with each other.
Good morning, Lancers, and welcome to LNN Quick Questions, where we ask people quick questions with little time to answer. Let's get into it.
If you could make one rule for a day that everybody would need to follow, what would it be?
Wash your hands every minute.
What?
Wash your hands every minute.
Wash your hands. For LNN, if you could make one rule that everybody would need to follow for one day, what would it be? Come on, Jimmy. Come on, Jimmy.
Be nice.
Be nice. Awesome.
Play instruments for 2 hours every single day.
Everyone?
Everyone. Play every single note for 50 times at least. If you make one wrong note, you start over again.
Okay, thank you.
I don't know, man.
Fiji.
From the World Languages Department, it's crunch time for Lanceros Aperos. Only 4 study sessions remain before the AP exams. Please meet in room 112 today and tomorrow from 2:45 to 3 p.m. and bring your computers. In other educational news, National College Decision Day is coming up on May 1st. Seniors, if you need any last-minute help, see Miss Lewis in room 116 before next Friday. Also, be sure to order your t-shirts or hoodies for College Wear Day in May. And now, we found out what SJNA is really like. Here's Akio Kasuga with LNN Underground.
This is the segment where students show their true natures. Welcome to LNN Underground.
How are you today?
¡Qué madre, güey! Chino.
Oh, you got enough.
Oye, Jorge, ¿me pasas una servilleta?
Ah, sí, no, claro que sí.
¡Ramiro!
Recently, an opinion poll was sent out by the LNN staff to gauge the opinion of the student body on various different aspects of St. John's. I went and asked some follow-up questions with a couple different students about this survey.
Yep. Mr. J.
Lemberger.
Mr. Bennett. You are seeing these extra points.
This is
Spaghetti. Spaghetti.
Maybe it's spaghetti with red sauce.
Probably the rice and chicken is really good.
Here are the final poll results.
Tell me about your dream vacation. 3, 2,
All right. Hawaii,
Okay.
near the beach.
Okay.
Boat,
Okay. Very nice.
friends. It's on you.
Probably going to Hawaii. Basically just spend a lot of time on the beach, swim, and then eat just a bunch of tropical food.
I would have to say my dream vacation would be with palm trees, relaxed, on a beach.
My dream vacation would probably be to go to the Bahamas because my family likes it there. It's nice and warm.
Congratulations to all the new members chosen to be inducted into the National Honor Society. Selections will be announced during second mess today. All members should check their emails for ceremony practice times and information, and contact Mr. Geiger with any questions. Student volunteers are needed for our biggest fundraiser event, the Excalibur, on Saturday, April 29th. Volunteer roles include greeting guests, serving food, and assisting with the auction. Several spots are still available, so if you're interested, please email Ms. Bartel at rbartel@sjnacademies.org today. While there are many field trips that take place for SJNA students, one of the most impactful when it comes to American history is going to Washington, D.C. Recently, Mr. Bennett took several students to see the U.S. Capitol. Here's Brian Thomas with the story. Brian?
First, we checked out the Library of Congress as well as the National Archives of the United States. After walking past and talking about the Supreme Court of the United States, we then ended up at Capitol Hill, which is house to the United States Senate and United States House of Representatives. We also then checked out the White House. The White House is the residence to the President of the United States, as well as his office, as well as other high executive officials in the U.S. government. We started off day 2 at the Arlington National Cemetery. The Arlington National Cemetery is located in Arlington, Virginia, and it's home to the final resting place of over 400,000 Americans. Most of these resting places are for members of the United States military who are both veterans and people who died. We were also able to see the Tomb of the Unknown Soldiers. And we also had the great opportunity to visit 2 St. John's alumni, William Newgard and Michael Metcalf, who both gave their lives for the country. Next, we went to see the National Air and Space Museum, where we got to see the history of aviation throughout the United States of America. We also got to see the Enola Gay, which was really interesting as this was the plane that dropped the first atomic bomb in the Second World War. After that, we checked out the Vietnam Memorial, the Memorial of the Forgotten War, the Korean War, and we then finished off the day at the Lincoln Memorial and Reflection Pool at the end of the National Mall. We started off day 3 at the Memorial of Thomas Jefferson. Thomas Jefferson was the Vice President, the Secretary of State, author of the Declaration of Independence, and a President of the United States, and is widely considered one of the most accomplished men in American history. Then we got to check out the Holocaust Museum, which was really interesting in seeing how it happened, the effects of it, and how the world reacted to ensure something like this would absolutely never happen again. We then checked out the Museum of African American Culture, where we got to see how African Americans were involved throughout United States history and overcoming adversity. Next, we checked out the Memorial of Franklin Delano Roosevelt, the longest serving President of the United States through the Great Depression and into the Second World War. The last monument we checked out was the United States Marine Corps Monument that memorialized and recognized the Marine Corps' actions throughout all of America's military combative history. Overall, the trip was a lot of fun, very applicative, very educational, and something that I'm sure everyone will remember for their entire lives, checking out the wonderful Washington, D.C. area.
We'd like to thank Mr. Bennett for everything he did for taking care of us and planning and organizing this wonderful trip. It was a great time and we all had a very educational experience. If anyone else is interested in this class or maybe another type of trip like this, consider taking 20th Century History Honors with Mr. Bennett for the next school year. With LNN, I'm Brian Thomas.
Hey Gen students, do you know the first prom of St. John's is going to happen in a few weeks?
The first 2023 prom is going to be available for all juniors and seniors in a boat in Geneva. How exciting is that?
Instead of wearing our usual uniforms, SJNA officials have authorized students to wear formal outfits to the 2023 prom, so they can dress to wear their best. If you want a new experience, go to the 2023 SJNA prom.
The cost will be $75 per ticket, which will include transportation, dinner, and a beautiful boat.
If you want a new experience, we highly recommend you come to the 2023 SJNA prom. It'll be great, awesome, sick.
The cost will be $75 per ticket. This includes transportation, dinner, and entertainment on the beautiful boat. The end of the school year is approaching. What better way is there to make long-lasting memories with your buddies?
We highly recommend to bring a date, but if you want to, no worries, you can still have a good time with your friends. The SJNA 2023 prom will be held next Saturday, May 13th. So if you want to have an incredible experience, make sure you respond to the email.
Welcome to Lancer Eats.
On this episode of Lancer Eats, we are going to give you the inside scoop on a spy-themed restaurant in Milwaukee called The Safe House. Join us as we explore this one-of-a-kind establishment and share our thoughts on the experience.
Mr. Stadler, what did you end up getting at the restaurant we ate into?
This is the If Looks Could Kill mac and cheese. And I've had it before, so I know how good it is. It's good enough to order a second time. So.
Next.
I got the Moab. It's got egg on it, 2 patties, bacon.
What did I get?
The Mission Impossible Burger?
Oh, yeah. I got the Mission Impossible Burger. Got some fries with it. I got some onion rings, but I don't know where they at yet.
I ended up with the Mission Impossible.
I got back from the mother of all burgers.
Back from the bathroom, I see. After having a few bites of your mac and cheese, what do you think about your mac and cheese?
It was pretty good. About halfway through my Moab. It's pretty good, really big. I think there's 6 patties on it.
Halfway through the Mission Impossible. I finally got my onion rings. I just got them now. They're
$8
I'm almost done. Really good. All right, String, what do you think about yours with the tub of cheese sauce you got?
Busted. It was pretty good.
All right.
I only ate half of my burger, but it was pretty good.
All right, mine was pretty good. Really good. Yo. What do you think?
Tasted like cheese.
I like that you dipped it in a bucket of cheese, buddy. Mr. Stadler, what do you think about the overall environment of this restaurant?
It's one of my favorites. It's there's always something to look at. There's stuff to look for, and you come here one time, you'll never see everything it has to offer. So it's the kind of place you have to come back over and over.
What about you?
Of this restaurant?
Yep.
11 out of 10. There's like a, what am I trying to say? There's like a list of things for you to go find and look for, and there's a magician here, and he's really good. I like cards, and like,
what do you think?
The environment, I'd say 10 out of 10. It's a good environment. There's a lot of stuff to look at, I guess.
Exactly what it was asking. So
Yeah,
like, okay,
I agree, 10 out of 10.
7 to 8, but
What do you think? Overall environment rating?
I'd rate the place 9 out of 10. I feel like you could. I was hoping for more puzzles. No, just more little cryptic things to find all over the place.
On the spot? Yeah, all right, Coach DJ. If you could be roommates with one student, who would it be?
Who's claimed? To all of them here.
Yeah. Mr. Schneider, if you could be roommates with one student, who would it be?
Zagler.
Yay! All right, Dr. Crane, if you could be roommates with one student, who would it be?
I would request a single room.
Come on. Mr. Muse, if you could be roommates with one student, who would it be?
I'm not entirely sure. Is that an answer?
What other teacher would you want to be roommates with besides Miss Lewis?
Roommates with, besides Miss Lewis?
Yes.
I think me and Mr. Johnson. We will go 50-50 on the bills. Yeah, and he's neat.
And finally, seniors, if you had an art class with Ms. Schuler in the last 3 years at SJNA, don't miss our opportunity to leave your mark in room 311, the art room. Stop in before and after school between now and graduation to burn your name into the wood of the studio tables in the art room. Only seniors are allowed for this privilege, so make sure you come leave your mark. Well, that's all for today's episode. Look for our tribute to the class of 2023 coming up on May 11th. Until then, entertain, unify, inform. This is LNN. I'm Aiden Madden. Thanks for watching.
I hated that entire thing, sir.